Hey there folks, Luke here with the Outdoor Review. I hope you are all doing well. Today for this episode, I am reviewing the Fenix RC11. This is a magnetic rechargeable flashlight. And guys, it is a good performer. Go ahead and get comfortable. Let's take a look at it now. Now folks, with the RC11 flashlight, as I mentioned, this is a good performer. And this offers you 1,000 lumens of power. And it's also in a small form factor. Now, as you guys know, I have reviewed many flashlights over the years from many different companies. And I'm trying to diversify the type of flashlights that I review. And this is the first time that I have personally reviewed a magnetic charging flashlight. Now, this does run on an 18650 battery. As I mentioned, it does offer 1,000 lumens of power. Let's go ahead and open the box and take a look at it. Unboxing time. The Fenix RC11 18650 battery, which is included. Here's the flashlight itself. We'll take a look at that in just a minute. Here is the charging cable, USB to micro USB, with the magnetic charging port right here on the side. You have a nylon holster here so you can attach this to your belt, wear it on your pants. And inside of the box, you have some warranty information. You have a little flyer talking about other products from Fenix. And you have the instruction manual. And lastly, you have a lanyard and you have some additional O-rings. That is it. So here's the flashlight itself, and as you can see here, it's very compact. It's only 4.5 inches long, and it has a diameter of 1.5 inches. So it's not very big at all, especially for the level of power that you are getting. Now this flashlight does feature a belt clip, which is removable. Down here at the bottom, you do have a lanyard hole. It does have a flat bottom, so you can stand it up. This flashlight does feature a textured grip. It feels good in the hand. Yeah, it really does fit well into your hand there. There's only one switch, and it's right here. To activate the flashlight, you simply hold down that switch, and it turns it on. To cycle through the different modes, tap. You can hold it down for the SOS and strobe modes. You hold it down to turn it off. Now when it comes to weight, you are looking at 4.1 ounces with the clip and the battery. Speaking of the battery, as mentioned, this runs on an 18650 battery, and this battery is 2600 milliamps. The threads for the flashlight are not lubed at all. I wish that they were. It's something that you can easily do yourself, but I would like to see Fenix offer that on their own. Now, of course, as you would expect, this is waterproof to 2 meters, IPX8 rated. It is also impact resistant to 1 meter, and it features 5 different modes. To start off with these modes, right here you have Eco mode, which is 10 lumens. Going up, this is low, and this is 50 lumens. Going up again to the middle mode, this is 150 lumens. Going up again, 500 lumens. And then finally, you have Turbo, which is 1,000 lumens. When it comes to the battery life, on the Eco mode here, this will run roughly 130 hours. It will run a very long time. Going up to the low, this will run roughly 29 hours. Very impressive. Going up to the middle mode, this will run roughly 11 hours. On high, you're looking at about 3 hours worth of performance. And then on turbo, about 1 hour and 10 minutes. And finally, you have the strobe mode, which is the full 1,000 lumens. I haven't personally tested out the battery life on that mode because I don't want to have a seizure. Now folks, I will go ahead and show you how exactly this charges. You can use your battery bank, you can use your wall charger, you can use your computer, whatever you want to do. And you use this specialized cable here, which features that magnetic charging port. On the other side, you have an LED right here, which glows green. And you could simply attach that to your flashlight, just like so. And you can begin to charge that battery. That is a very cool system. Strong little magnet too. Charging this device could not be any simpler. Now when it comes to the RC11, it does have all the typical safety features built in to protect surging, overcharging, all that good stuff, temperature control, and so on. It also features a lockout, which you activate by tapping the button twice. When you do that, it will flash twice. Okay, now, as you can see there, it flashes twice. You cannot turn this flashlight on without hitting that button again twice to unlock it. Now with the lockout feature, you will want to use this every single time that you put this flashlight in your backpack or in your pocket, because with this switch, it is very, very, very easy to activate. I've had this flashlight turn itself on inside of my pocket, inside of my backpack, so make sure to lock it. Otherwise, you will be disappointed when you go to turn this flashlight on and the battery is dead. Now, when it comes to my testing with this flashlight, I have been using it over the course of the last 3 months, and it has been a great performer. There's many pros to this flashlight. There's also a few cons. Let's start with the pros. For one, excellent performance, excellent power. Also, great stepping between each of the different levels. So you are getting a nice step up between low to the middle to the high to the turbo. Very, very easy to charge. I have used many rechargeable flashlights and they all fail in comparison to the magnetic charging port. I will never purchase a rechargeable flashlight that does not have this magnetic charging port. It's that great. Now with many of the rechargeable flashlights which I've taken a look at in the past, you have to either screw off the bottom, screw off the top to access a charging port, or you have a charging port which is on the outside, which is covered with a rubber flap that really doesn't work all that well. This works well. Now with this charging port here, you don't have to worry about the weather. You don't have to worry about the rain because there is no flap, there is no port to get wet. That is awesome. The fit and finish is excellent with this flashlight. It feels good in the hand. The run times, the battery life, excellent. Also, with the charging cable, I really like that charging cable. I like the fact that it has a light indicator on it to tell you when it's charging and when it's also done charging. Very smart. Now, when it comes to the cons, to the negatives, for one thing, when you're using the turbo mode, it will downshift to high in 5 minutes. Also, this baby gets extremely hot on turbo and also on high. You will notice the heat, especially if you forget to lock this flashlight and it comes on inside of your pocket. I've had that happen, and I've pulled the flashlight out, and it felt so hot that I thought it might explode. So guys, make sure to lock this flashlight. Now that's another con. This flashlight has to be locked before you put it in your backpack, before you put it in your pocket. That's just another step, another thing that you have to remember. And it is a negative right there. Also, with the switch here, I would have preferred 2 switches. A bottom switch, and then a mode selector switch. On and off. Mode selection. That is what I would prefer to see myself, because this is not the easiest of systems to use, especially when you throw in the locking, the strobe, the mode selection, and the turn it all off. It could be easier. Another con is that this flashlight does not feature a magnetic base, so you can't just stick this on the hood of your car, you can't stick it on the side of a refrigerator or whatever it is. That would be very, very simple for the company to add, and it's an extremely useful feature. Once you get used to that feature, you will always appreciate that feature. And I would like to make that recommendation to Fenix for their future flashlights. Having that ability, especially with such a flat surface, to be able to mount that on a piece of metal, on your car, to do whatever work that you need to, it really is nice to have. Now lastly, folks, we need to talk about price. This flashlight runs, at the time of filming, $80. That's what you're able to find online for. And for $80, you're getting a very good performing flashlight with a few cons there. The fact that it has to be locked out, in my opinion, it's a pretty big con. It's a negative, a big negative. Otherwise, this is a great performer. It's an all-around great flashlight. I will continue to use this flashlight for a long time to come because I really do like it. Yes, it does have that big glaring negative where it's so easy to turn this thing on. But other than that, I mean, it really is well-rounded, good stepping, good performance, and also a good value for what you are getting. The magnetic charging port is absolutely killer. Like I mentioned before, that is a must-have feature for all future rechargeable flashlights. Once you go to this, you will not go back to anything else. Now, folks, to wrap up this video, I will show you all some nighttime performance. So if you guys have any questions for me, you know what to do. Until next time, strength and honor. Be well. Okay, starting off, this is the Eco mode, and that is 10 lumens. As you can see there, that's quite a bit of light, it really is. You could definitely hike with this, if you needed to. Going up, this is low mode, 50 lumens, and as you can see, very powerful.
going up to medium, 150 lumens. Very bright, as you can see. .500 lumens. This is high. And as you can see, they're very, very bright. Hits those trees all the way in the back there. Very impressive. Next mode. This is turbo, 1000 lumens. As you can see, that's a pretty good step up from 500. You can really see those trees there in the background. And then, of course, you have the strobe mode, which is the full 1000 lumens.